c5, knight f3, knight c6, d4, cd, knight d4. Will we see a Sveshnikov? Yes, it's a Sveshnikov. Alright, so what do we get here? d5. And Jan goes for, okay, so knight d5. Actually, I do remember that after bishop e7, bishop f6, bishop f6, c4 used to be Jan's trademark line like 10 years ago. But not c3. I mean, this is something of a surprise. I don't recall Jan ever playing the c3 line. I mean, he had been playing c4 and this b4 knight c2 was his big favorite. However, recently Black has been solving his problems very convincingly. And Magnus goes for this knight e7 line. I mean, quite a tricky line. It's not mainstream theory, but a very, very interesting variation. Actually, because it requires some knowledge. And what our producer Sotiris is mentioning that the game Wesley saw Hikaru Naka.
itself down. I think the bar will recorrect itself in a moment.
Yeah, because you see Nepomniachtchi also realizing he hadn't seen that move at all.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that move. Nepomniachtchi hadn't seen that move.
But you know, from the body language from this, both players, I could see that Magnus hadn't actually seen that bishop takes pawn sacrifice, because suddenly he sat up and he started blinking like a madman. And then, exactly. And then here comes the intermediate move that Nepomniachtchi just didn't see. And Nepomniachtchi has just over half a minute to find a solution, and it's not easy because there is none.
Yeah, I think there's no solution for white. The problem is you can't allow once the white queen moves out of the attack, you can't allow the black rook to drop down and give check to the white king from the bottom rank, because that will just end up badly. It'll end up in checkmate.
Yeah.
The only way to stop that is to bring the queen back to the center, controlling that bottom square, but then the queen's on a bad square itself. Wow, okay, Nepomniachtchi decides to allow black's rook to infiltrate.
Yeah, and now,
looks like checkmate. Okay, flurry of moves. White did lose his bishop, so Magnus took that white bishop off the board, and now Nepomniachtchi, it's desperation time, pushing his pawn forward. That pawn can be just captured en passant. You can actually take that pawn as if it just moved one square, and okay, there's several options here for black, I think, but Nepomniachtchi, he's just hoping that Magnus panics in the time scramble, but now black is just a piece up. With that extra bishop, it should be enough. You just have to stop white's rook kind of bringing itself up and attacking the black queen. But Magnus, he's very good in these situations. He's normally very accurate and very calm. There we see him push a pawn, attacking the white rook. That pawn is snapped off the board. So he's slowed down Nepomniachtchi's attack.
Will the bar correct? Yes.
Yeah, it will correct itself.
Why? Magnus is looking surprised here.
I think maybe Magnus thought he saw a winning move that isn't necessarily winning, but he's got it. Wow, Magnus, that's an incredible move, sacrificing his rook. If white's king takes that rook right now, then black's pawn is freed to start pushing down. Black will make a new queen and black will win the game. I think Magnus is, he's basically just winning now. That incredible rook sacrifice. I don't know why he's shaking his head. He's just come up with a genius move, Magnus Carlsen, and Nepomniachtchi, there's just nothing to do.
And now laughing. Wow, I wish I could see what Magnus Carlsen is thinking about right now. I mean, could it be a poker face?
I think it's just the fact that he's laughing about that situation Jovanka mentioned a few moves ago. He missed bishop takes pawn earlier, but he got a bit lucky. He blundered in a way. He missed something, but it worked out in his favor. So a bit of luck for Magnus Carlsen and Nepomniachtchi.
He made his move with 2 seconds, but it's really, there's no help whatsoever because his position is just dead lost. He's a piece down, and as compensation, Black has got an attack.
Yeah, so Black has got an extra piece and a checkmating attack. He will just push his pawn here, and White's king is not going to blockade for very long. The game will be over. Black's going to make a new queen or get checkmate. Nepomniachtchi, he's going to resign any moment. There we go.
Then, okay, so Magnus wins the game. Nepomniachtchi makes a blunder, I guess. He resigns, and Magnus shakes his head. He doesn't seem, completely happy about his play here.
No, he doesn't look like he's very happy with his play, but I guess that's the perfectionist at work, because I would be very happy with Magnus. I think maybe he's just slightly annoyed with himself for missing Nepomniachtchi's potential sacrifice, and he found a response, but perhaps it was a happy accident. And sometimes you think, well, I really should have seen that move, and I should have calculated that. But he won his game.